What's on Your Mind is sponsored by ACMC 339 Dudley Road, New Star Radio 98.7 FM, Breakthrough Studios, and Reggae.
Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. Program is produced by Breakthrough TV, and I am Carl. Let me say thank you for tuning in. I want to say big shout out to all you guys who've been giving us very, very good feedback. Let me say thank you. I want to say big shout out to you, Ian. Thank you, sir. Terry, how you doing? Also want to say big thank you for our wonderful guests that we had last week. Sister Marcia Anderson. Hope all is well with you. Let me say thanks to you. And big shout out to Children of the Sun. As you know, this is a program where we have what's on your mind. And I look at a few things in the news. What's my own opinion is we go to a rant. We talk about sports, a little bit of entertainment. And also tonight we've got a fantastic clip that we went to the Hare and Hound in Birmingham, King's Heath. And we've got a clip of Big Ship Alliance. Big shout out to you, Big Ship Alliance. That's all coming up in the program. Let me say thank you once again for tuning in. I got to tell you now, wow. I got to say, wowie, wowie, wowie. Right. I got to tell you, today in the UK, it's cold. It is very, very cold. So we're in the start of winter now, and it is very cold. It's the temperature is down. I think it's 3 degrees at the moment. Now some people in the south, in the north, some people in the north up top will say, "Oh, that's not cold," but places like Canada will say, "Oh, that's not cold." But I tell you, it is actually very, very cold. And I think we had the first sign of what you call frost, which was last night. You know what I mean? And that hasn't been very, very good. This morning when I get up from my work, I had to go and clean the frost off my car. which is not very nice and it's not very good. And you think, so I pour some warm water in it, just lukewarm water to just clear it quickly. Or should I just use a spray, which actually just, you use a spray. Some people use a scraper, you know what I mean? But when you're feeling lazy, sometimes you just want to just, pour some warm water in it. But you got to be careful and make sure the water is not too hot, because if the water is too hot, it will actually crack your screen. Yeah, that's how it is. What we call your windscreen on your car, you know what I mean, which is absolutely, it will cost you a lot of money if it does do that, you know what I mean. Let me say, once again, thank you for tuning into Breakthrough TV and liking the program. Man, I say a big, big shout out to you. It's your birthday, let me say happy birthday to you. I want to say all you guys who tune into the program, the drivers, the lorry drivers, all you guys who works on the roads, sometime I know you do to the program. The hospital workers, let me say big, big shout out to you. And I think there's a strike coming on with the people in the NHS very, very soon. You know what I mean? We hope you get what you want and we don't have a strike. You know what I mean? Also, the railway workers are probably going to go on strike as well. In fact, there's a lot of strikes going to happen in the UK. You know what I mean? Very, very soon. Sometime in December. So we hope you guys can come to a deal, or your organization and the government can actually come and make a deal with you and sort things out. So we don't have, such a bad situation or a bad Christmas, or, you know what I mean? And I know you guys deserve what you're asking for, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what they are going to do or how it's going to be sorted out, you know what I mean? So we hope it gets sorted out soon. And so what have you been doing? What have you been? Have you been getting all your Christmas presents ready? Because it's nearly that time, is it? I don't know what I'm actually doing for Christmas yet, but it's nearly that time. Probably having a rest, which I always do. Well, there's a big shout out to all you guys who tune in the United States. Let me say thank you for tuning in. I think it's quite early there now. It's late here in the night. Well, it's in the night now. It's about just after 8 o'clock this afternoon, you know what I mean, or in the night here. It's very, very dark, But as I say, we are in the UK, and I know the time difference are very, very different. So I want to say big shout out to you guys in Canada also. Big shout out to you. All you guys in Jamaica. Let me say big shout out to you. St. Kitts and Nevis, big shout out to you. Barbados. Yeah, all my Trinidad and Tobago guys, big shout out to you. Gonna talk about Trinidad and Tobago a little while. I'm also gonna talk about Jamaica, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that is happening in those parts of the world, you know what I mean? That sort of thing which is actually going on, which is not very good, you know what I mean? But I want to start with my first story, you know what I mean, which I go to Haiti. Now, Haiti, my days. Haiti is my. This may be actually disturbing to quite a few guys, you know what I mean? Haiti is in a terrible state. Haiti is in a terrible state. There's gangs running around in Haiti controlling the capitals, you know what I mean? 60% of the capital they're actually controlling, you know what I mean? And women has been raped, kidnapped, and there's stories that's coming out from the UN and charity workers, you know what I mean? That is actually what is going on in Haiti. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting and it's actually terrible. And it's like Haiti has been just left there. It's just been left. You know what I mean? I mean, we know they assassinated the president, one of the president last year. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those terrible things that is going on in Haiti. A man tell a story about his wife. And what he actually said about his wife, he says he was in his house and some gangsters or whatever you call them terrorizing people come into the house. And they actually raped his wife. And he was under the bed. While they was raping his wife, he was under the bed. And then you think, wow, because he couldn't come out, because his house was surrounded. And he said he couldn't come out because they would have killed him. But as I said, such atrocities is actually going on. And this is coming in from their own people. You know what I mean? And I say Haiti, over the years, Haiti has gone through so much different things. It is so sad. They've had hurricane, they've had floods, they've had earthquake, they've had so many things. And a lot of people there has big famine. They're starving. Yeah. And this is very so critical. And I don't know what the rest of the world are doing, not sort of helping Haiti, or they're just leaving it or whatever, you know. Or they say some nation says, oh, we're involved in the Ukraine, you know. We're tied up in the Ukraine, and you know, some of those stories actually coming out. We're tied up in the Ukraine and we can't help. But the Ukraine, I should say, and we can't help. But it's actually disgusting to actually see what is happening in such a place, you know what I mean? And I recall many years ago, I went to the other side, which was Dominican Republic. And I actually, somebody actually told me this, and this is actually in the news at the moment. Somebody actually told me this, and he was actually saying to me that it was entertainment, and it was an entertainer at the hotel that we was actually stopping. And then when I was talking to him, you know what I mean, entertaining, sharing different ideas and all the rest of it. When I was actually talking to him, I said to him, what? And he finished very late because they work like about 4 or 5 shifts at the hotel. And I said, when you go home, what time do you go home? And he said to me, we never go home. We actually stay here until tomorrow, because if we go home, we can't go home. If we go home, we can get kidnapped, or we can get, you know what I mean, we can get killed or something like that. And it brings to mind me like some of the hotel workers now in Haiti is actually saying, when they go to the hotel to do their work, or they'll go away from home and do their work, they don't bother come home at night. You know what I mean? They don't come home they just stay to the hotel because they're scared of being kidnapped. And they say, like from what? From about rush hour, like in the morning, from rush hour in the morning, you know what I mean? From about early morning till what you call rush hour in any period, like, you know what I mean, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, within that period of time. It's the perfect time, what you call people getting kidnapped, you know what I mean? And even like 7, 8 o'clock in the evening as well is the perfect time when people are coming home from work. 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock when they're actually coming from work. People are being also kidnapped as well. So it is a terrible situation that is going on in Haiti, and we hope it can be sorted out soon. I hope some governments of the world, you know what I mean, all the Caribbean governments, you know what I mean, to sort of get involved and help, you know what I mean, because you're all from the same place, or you're all in the same territory or the same region. So I hope the Caribbean government can come together and help Haiti out, even though some of those countries got their own problems as well, yeah? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Move on to my next story. Now, 8 children have died of the infection disease, Step A. Now, Step A is like an infection that cause problems with you, and the government and the health service have advised people, if they see their children or anybody with that sort of effect, they should get in touch with their GP or get in touch with their health service. You know what I mean? And signs of this is you get a rash, you also get sore throat, and you get a fever, what you call scarlet fever. So if your child develop that sort of thing, you know what I mean, get in touch with your GP very soon, or your health service. They also says one other thing as well is that it's not that bad. This is not bad, you know what I mean. It can be treated, you know. It's not that bad. So, but as I say, you should get in touch with your health service. The other thing they actually say, when it gets to a bad stage, it actually gets into the bloodstream, you know what I mean, and it can affect you very badly. So parents, look out for what your children got, and be careful and watch what you're doing. So look up on that one, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, my next little thing is now Matt Hancock. Do you guys remember Matt Hancock? Matt Hancock was the former health secretary. And he's also been in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Yes. Now, I'm going to mention that a little bit later on. But the point I want to get you to about Mark Hancock. Mark Hancock in 2020, he says in his diary, he says he actually told the government that 28,000, no, sorry, my apologies, 820,000 people could be actually killed by COVID. Now, he says he get this from in January 2020. He get this from the chief medical officer, which is Chris Whitty. Now, when he gets this information from Chris Whitty, he says he passes right on to the government straight away in a couple of days. When he passes information onto the cabinet that he's in, the government and Boris Johnson sort of, you know, they literally refuse. You know what I mean? They literally refuse. In fact, some of the words that are coming out of his diary, they literally refuse to believe what he is saying, or what the chief medical officer was saying, that this could happen. And the thing about that, as you know me with this. You see me with this as well. You see me many times about this. I am so concerned about the amount of people that actually died from COVID. You know what I mean? The COVID pandemic. I'm very, very very, very concerned about that, you know what I mean? And we should be very, very concerned about that. Because I always said to you, there's a couple of programs I actually do here, and I always said to you, I think the government was a bit late. They was a bit late when they get into, start getting around to sort of helping people with the COVID vaccine or the COVID virus. They was a bit late. So Matt Hancock coming out and saying that now, it just shows you, and that is all coming from his diary. And I think he's not going to run for PM. He's not going to run for a minister anymore. He's still down from running for the Conservative Party again. So he's giving up that job. But as I say, it's one of those ones that is absolutely sort of disgusting. And he said Boris Johnson never want to pick up on the idea. They sort of refuse to sort of get involved when the issue was passed into him. And so it is one of those ones. I must tell you as well, Matt Hancock now. This is the nasty part of it. Matt Hancock was in that program, and he actually, some of the bush trucker trial that he actually take part in, yes, was actually disgusting, because he take part in a bush trucker trial that he has to eat. I think he has to eat camel penis. Yes, then he had to eat. I think it was a cow. No, it was a sheep. He had to eat. I had to eat. No, you shouldn't laugh. It's disgusting. He had to eat a sheep vagina. Then he had to eat a friggin' cow ass. Yes, so absolutely disgusting. So the other thing is, when somebody does that, can you believe them? I must tell you this. I've never ever watched any of those programs because I don't like those programs anyway. So, but however, I always read and catch up on what is going on. But I say I find those programs disgusting, and I don't like those programs, and I never ever watch those programs. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, let me move on to Raheem Sterling. Now, Raheem Sterling, as you know, his house has been burgled, and he had to come back from Qatar, where he's serving with the England team. So he actually came back, and as I say, his house was burgled. Apparently, the investigation found that his house, some jewelry was missing, also some watches was actually missing, and the police investigation has actually turned up today that they've actually arrested 2 people, you know what I mean, in conjunction with that, you know what I mean. So we'll see how that one goes. And it's a shame that they have actually disrupt Raheem Sterling's life like that. But you know what? The other thing is, right, the other thing is, which is actually marvelous, football is not everything, yeah? Football is not everything, you know what I mean? So it's good to see that he's come home and to make sure his family is okay and everyone is all right. You know what I mean? And say, as I say, some people think football is everything, but in actually, football is not everything. Yeah. I want to say a big shout out to you, Christine. How you doing? Let me say thank you for tuning into the program. And if it's your birthday, let me say happy birthday to all you guys out there. Thank you for tuning into the program. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the program. All you got to do is go bing. You know how it works. You don't have to pay. You know what I mean? And don't forget to share the program as well, man. Share this program with your friends or your families, and help to keep us going. You know what I mean? As you say, and the program is going out now. It's live. You know what I mean? So I am right here live. So you can actually share the link and get it to your friends or families or whoever is tuning in. Big shout out to you, Hector. Also, want to say big shout out to Connie Taylor. Let me say big shout out to you as well. Hope all is well with you. You know what I mean, and hope everything is good. Also, those wonderful people who was at that play down there Sunday at the Legacy Center of Excellence. All your actors and actresses who was in that play. I think it was called Queen. What was it called? Queen. It was actually a pantomime. You know what I mean, and it was actually absolutely marvelous. And it tells the story of what it was actually play was actually trying to do is that it was trying to unite everyone, whoever you come from, whether you're from whatever island you are actually from, you know what I mean? And that was the main story of the Queenie Dreadlocks and the 7 Years. That's what the play was called. The play was called, as I said, Queenie Dreadlocks and the 7 Year. So, as I say, it was trying to unite everybody. And I took a part, I worked and checked that play out, and it was actually marvelous, you know what I mean? And big shout out to all the guys and the actors who was actually in it, and it was actually marvelous. So it's one of those ones you need to check out, yeah? As I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Yeah, let me say thank you. Now, moving on, the president of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Ken Duncan, he has said, and his call, he has said, we need a change. And he's also called for change in different mindsets in dealing with corruption. Yes. How to deal with corruption, because so many people are corrupt and doing nasty things. How do you deal with it? So he's calling for a different mindset, which is actually marvelous. And he said you must go after the big fish. It's no use messing around with the small fishes them. You must go for the big fish. And he says it locally as well, you must go for the big fish. And that is what is coming out of what he's actually saying. And instead of you going for the small fish and leaving the big fish, because the big fish always going to get away. And the big fish got a lot of money. So he says you need to actually go for the big fish to sort things out and stop some of these corrupt people. You know what I mean? And I think one of the big problems we have as well, which I'm going to talk about in my rant, we have so many people are corrupt. You know, over different places, all over the place, all over the world. You've got so many people are so corrupt that they cause distress to the poor people of the world. Yes, or those who has it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, stay with Jamaica. Now, PM Honis is actually gone to the United States, and what he's actually doing is actually he's looking for help in the United States. He's looking for help from some of the United agencies to help with the problems in his country. And one of the main things he's looking at is people who's actually sending guns and illegal stuff to his country and causing it to be so bad. People who's, people this time of year, people pack all kind of different things to go to, say, to Jamaica, you know what I mean, or to go anywhere in the world. People who pack guns, people who have knives, people who have all those dangerous things who packed and sent it to, you know what I mean, which actually cause more crime. So he's in the United States to say to the United States agency to clamp down on this and look for these people before they actually send it into our country, you know what I mean, to help and mash up the country. So he's, as I say, he's up there and he's actually talking to quite a few different agencies. And it's good to see what he's actually doing, I mean, because a lot of stuff that goes into the Caribbean islands, you know what I mean, like guns and ammunition, all the rest of it, it's not made there. It has to be imported from somewhere else in the world. So, as I say, Honis, I hope he can do something, and I hope he can get some help from that sort of thing. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, while I'm in the United States, let me stay with the United States. Now, the Democratic Party has actually won the Senate. Yes, so they are win. They are the winners of. I think that was they had to count that another time. You know what I mean? So they've actually win. And the Republican, Hermish Walker, he actually lost, and he was endorsed by Donald Trump, you know what I mean? As I said, he actually lost. I think that he was a former football player. He's actually lost. So it's one of those ones, you know what I mean? And I say the winner was actually Warnock, you know. And this is the Georgia, this is the Georgia decision, you know what I mean, election. And I says it was one of those ones, you know what I mean? And as I say, they have to they went on for quite some time, you know what I mean, to try and see who was the winner. And I said the Democrat has won it instead of the Republican. And as I said before, Donald Trump was actually supporting the Republican, and he did endorse him. You know what I mean? The other trouble is a lot of the guys that Donald Trump has actually endorsed in that election has actually lost. You know what I mean? I say this election was for Georgia, the US Senate. And as I say, Wal- Ralph, not Ralph, Mr. Warnock has actually win that one. Yeah? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, still moving on. Now Jamaica, there's over the weekend there has been quite a few different car crash. Now in St. Elizabeth, a car run into a light post, and it actually, you know what I mean, the person who was driving the car, he was actually injured, you know what I mean, but he was actually taken to the hospital. And as I say, the car hit the light post, and the resident actually lost power. So they didn't have any power, you know what I mean? So as I say, I don't know why some people drive so crazy all the time, you know what I mean? But it's one of those ones. So still staying with this, as I said, there's quite a few crashes of the weekend in Jamaica. Still staying with the trafficking and the car crashes in Jamaica. There was also another incident in St. Elizabeth, which by the YJ's fall, yes. And what had happened by there? There was another crash there as well, and two men actually died. One was only 20, and the other one was only 21. You know what I mean? So two men actually got killed there in the car crash. And when you see those things, it just makes you wonder, why do people drive sometimes so crazy? And most of the time, as you know, it's just speed. You know what I mean? Everybody rushing to go somewhere, and you don't know what happens. You know what I mean? So it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones. Don't forget, as I say, to like, share the program, and as I say, you can also subscribe to the channel. Now, a British charity leader was asked where you come from, apparently by the Queen, the late Queen, senior advisor, or also the lady in waiting. Yes, Susan Hussey actually asked this lady, Miss Fluina, where you come from. Now, the lady says to me, well, I come from Brixton, London. No, where you come from? I come from Brixton, London. No, yes, but where you come from? Yes, so this has caused a bit of trouble, which we know, because this break last week, and this actually break last week when we were just getting an ear, which is called the Race Row, yes? And I think she's actually been invited, allegedly, to Buckingham Palace, you know what I mean? The other thing about this is, like, you know what I mean, what a lot of people has to realize is the fact there's a lot of people, what we call of color now, in this country. And they're from this country. Most of them now is from this country, yes? From my mother generation to my generation to the next generation. There's 3 generations, yes? They're from this country. They're born in this country. This is their country. So when you ask people where they come from, that's ridiculous. Because a lot of us don't know where we come from. We don't know it's like me saying to an Englishman, where you come from? Where you come from? Where back? You know what I mean? It's like me saying, where are you coming from? Oh, did you come from Rome? Did you come from Germany? You see what I'm saying? So that's how it's become. So you can't go around asking people where they come from. Most people who was actually born here and live here for such a long time, they are British. You know what I mean? A lot of people have to get used to that. But the other thing is, some people don't like to know that. When they see people of color, they come with a racist attitude. But you're not British. But a lot of those people who are born here are British. Yeah, and they see themselves as British. My children, I got friends, my children are British, you know what I mean? I've got friends who's got children, they're British. I got a load of friends who are actually born in this country who are actually British. So you can't keep going around and ask people, where you come from? Where you come from? Where you come from? Most people now, even if you are descendants from the Caribbean, and they say where you come from in this country of color, they're not going to say to you, I'm from the Caribbean. They say, me from London, me from Birmingham. Yes, so that is one of the things that I sort of was a bit troubling, you know what I mean? The other thing about a lot of this as well, I've seen a lot of things on social media, and some of the people on social media, they says, oh, because this lady has come from a different generation, or they say when old people, the excuse that was actually used, they say, old people come from a different generation are possibly, allegedly racist. Yeah, because I'm not saying this lady is racist. I'm just saying possibly alleged the older people are racist, which is a lot of bull. You know what I mean? It's a lot of bull. And so you can't say that, you know, you can't use that to justify case as an excuse. Because the other thing as well, a lot of these older people teach the younger people to be racist as well. You know what I mean? So it is one of those ones. You know what I mean? As I say, and it's if it's I said to you many times before. You must have heard me say this. If you're working with somebody, if you're working with somebody and you are not a racist, and you see somebody we are working with of the same race who you're working with, and that person is a racist, what you say to them, if you see them bullying somebody of a different race, what you should actually say to them is to stop it. You should not encourage it. You know what I mean? You should not encourage it. And it's all right. It's all right. I'm here talking about racism. But until you've been on the edge or until you feel what racism is, you can never understand it. A lot of people, you don't understand it. In my very first job that I experienced in this country, my very first job, I used to work with the organization I work for in this period of time. Very few people in this period of time that I was working were of my color. Yes, and my very first job was brilliant. The second job I had was actually a little bit of a nightmare. And I remember when I went to this company, and I was doing great there because I was a very skilled man doing what I was doing. And what actually happened, and this is what I call racism. And what I was on the back of, because I was a person of color and I had descendants from the Caribbean, if something happened and it was in the news that a Caribbean person or a British Afro-Caribbean person has done it, or say somebody had mugged somebody or somebody had run somebody on the street and they get to find out that the person was a person of color, I would be on the back of that when I go to work. Because when I walk into my workplace, what I would hear from these people, them some send these people back to them country. They must come out of our country. Them shouldn't be here, right? And I am a British person. Now, I was on the back of that, and I'm going to my workplace and I'm listening to that from some of my Caucasian colleagues. Yes. In fact, there was only probably 2 persons in that company, which was a big company of color, that actually worked for him. The other gentleman that I came across, sometime he was late. No, if you're late, you're late. Sometimes he was there. And he was also on the back of racism. Oh, how come him late? If him late, him should go back to his country. The man was born here and lived in the black country for many years. So that's how racism can affect you. And like I say, until you experience what it is, you know what I mean? And until you come up against it, you will never, ever understand it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the program. Don't forget to leave your comments if you have anything to say. You know what I mean? But as I said, the lady, where you come from? We come from London, Brixton. Yes, good afternoon. Now, let me move on to sports. And let me look on to the legendary Pele. Now, the legendary Pele is not very well, yes? And he's at an end of life care, according to reports. He's actually stopped responding to medication and treatment. And I got to tell you, Pele, what can I say about Pele? Pele is the greatest footballer ever. Finally done. No messing around with that. Yeah, greatest footballer ever. What is interesting about Pele for, say, my generation or, say, people of color, is the fact that he was the first that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? We've never seen anybody like Pele. You know what I mean? Even in our own country or wherever we come from, we've never seen anybody like that top of the game or that skill of the game. Not in my generation, that was, and even though he's above my generation, I must say, you know what I mean? That was up there and the best in the world. So those are the things that makes Pele fantastic. He was of our color and he still is. And he's such a great man, you know what I mean, which is absolutely fantastic. So we hope Pele feels better soon. And we hope you guys set up a very big prayer for him, you know what I mean? And I hope he can be okay. And as I say, he's such an inspiration to all people of the world, you know, fantastic football. And as you know, football is in the news now. And I hope, you know what I mean, I hope he's going to be all right. Gonna look at some of Pele's fantastic goals, you know what I mean? Let's see what I can say about some of his fantastic goals and how great this man was, yeah? As I say, Pele was that sort of player, and as I say, he was like sort of the first person of color that we actually sort of really see in football, who we actually look up to, you know what I mean, further down the line. And I say, even though he was from a different country from us, you know what I mean, he was absolutely fantastic. And he's such an inspiring, you know what I mean, footballer, and such a great man. And I say, we hope he feels better very soon, you know what I mean. I really Hope he feels better soon. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of technical issue there, so we're gonna actually move on. Don't forget to say to like, share, and subscribe to the program. I'll say, let me see if I can pick this up again once again. Wow. So, goal number 5. Fantastic. Goal number 4. Brazil against France. Wowie. 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 My days. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Goal number 3. Brazil against Czechoslovakia. Wow. Wow. The number 10 shirt. Fantastic. Absolutely marvelous. Wow. Goal number 2. Brazil against Italy, 1970. Wowie, wowie. Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Wow. Goal number 1. Brazil against Sweden. Oh, oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Yeah. Actually, there's another one I haven't seen. Which is the what we call the the overhead kick. Because he was actually the first one to actually see do the overhead kick, you go whoops. Well, a lot of people in those days used to call it the bicycle kick. So we say, Pele, we hope you feel better soon, my brother. Absolutely marvelous. And I'm saying the bicycle kick one, I actually haven't seen that. But he was actually the first person I actually see who actually does the bicycle kick, which is actually marvelous. You know what I mean? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, let me try and move on. Where am I now? Where am I? Yes, let me move on. Now, still staying with sports. Now, England. Wow, England beat France to put their place. My apologies. England beats. No, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Getting above myself here. No, it hasn't happened yet. England has actually gone in the next. We'll be playing. We're playing France in the next episode. You know what I mean? Which is actually marvelous. And as I say, it's absolutely marvelous. When you actually see this, England has gotten this far, which is marvelous. And they got some wonderful actually players that are actually doing different things. You know what I mean? So, and as I say, they actually beat Senegal on Saturday. So it sets them up for playing France. And I gotta say, Saka and Harry Kane finally get a goal, and Jordan Henderson actually gets a goal as well, which is actually very, very good. So England fight still goes on, you know what I mean, which is absolutely marvelous. So we see where they go next, and you know what I mean. I say the New England team, what we call the New England team. The New England team looks very good, you know what I mean, so far. But I gotta say, don't get ahead of yourself, because I heard, and I'm not putting any damping on it. I heard Ferdinand actually say that England is gonna win, you know what I mean, the World Cup. But I said, don't get ahead of yourself, you know what I mean? And then when you get people excited and get people turned and it don't happen, make people so disappointed. Just take it nice and slow and easy and gentle and enjoy what is going on. You know what I mean? Be cool. Be cool. Don't get above yourself, because there's some very, very good teams in that World Cup. Portugal is very good. Brazil is very good. You know what I mean? I know Spain has gone. You know what I mean? Which is the same rate. Spain looks very good as well. You know what I mean? So as I said, guys, don't get above yourself. No. While I'm talking about that, I'll give you a sort of update on who's where, who is what. I mean, Morocco played Spain, and that game's turned out to be 0-0, but it actually went to a penalty. You know what I mean? And that ended up 0-0. So Morocco actually win on penalty. And Portugal played Sweden last night, which Portugal had like 6, and Sweden had 1. So that was it. And I think Japan actually beat Croatia 1-1. No, Japan, that was Croatia. That was a draw, so that was 1-1. Brazil 4. South Korea actually won. I think that was a lesson actually. Maybe the Brazilian was actually showing off a little bit there, but we'll see what happens next. You know what I mean? I don't think actually South Korea was such a great I don't think that was such a great player anyway. So it's one of those ones. But it's all in the game, isn't it? It's all in the game as football. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Now, let me move on to where am I next? Yes. Now, reggae artist, Freddie, Mr. Big Ship McGregor. 1 week came on here last week. We heard that Freddie McGregor actually had a stroke. He's at home in the United States, you know what I mean, and he has a stroke. So a lot of people been sending up prayer for Mr. Freddie McGregor, and we hope Freddie get better very, very soon. You know what I mean, and we want Freddie to get better. We want Freddie to get better very, very soon, Mr. Big Ship. The other thing about Freddie is that we actually, you see how life can be. We actually speak to Freddie sometime in the summer, in August, at the Jamaican 0121 Festival in Aston Park. And we had a marvelous interview. You can actually go and check those interviews out, you know what I mean? And he was actually marvelous. Such a humble man, such a nice man, you know what I mean? So we hope, sending up prayers for Freddie. I know a lot of people have been praying for Freddie as well, and hope he recovers very, very soon. While I'm talking about those sort of things, actually, there's a couple of programs you can actually go and see that we've actually done. We've got a lot of artists that we've actually covered through the summer and what we actually talked about, and interview some great artists that we actually talk about. If you go to like week 64, you can see wonderful. Week 66, week 68, week 70, week 71, week 72, week 63, 75, and 65. All those wonderful programs. Go and check them out. And just if you go to week, you'll actually see them. Now, Little Sims. Before I move on to that, the MOBO was on, and Skilly Bang wins the Caribbean Music Awards, which was actually marvelous at the MOBO 2022. He was in London, and that was in the 30th of November. And also Little Sims and Canucks, yeah, Little Sims and Canucks actually win the best album, you know what I mean? And that was divided into two actually different sections. So it's one of those ones, yeah. So I'll say the MOBO's back, and the MOBO's actually celebrating 25 years, you know. So I didn't realize it was actually going on for so long. Now, Miss World, Miss Shanique Singh, Miss Jamaica World has won. The 25-year-old has won that contest. And she actually studies at the University of the West Indies. So we see if she goes on to win the Miss World. Absolutely wonderful lady as well. So it's good to see that. So we say big shout out to her and big congratulations, yeah? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program, yes. Now, I've actually reached what I call my rant. Now, my rant is one of those ones which... Now, wow, go back to Haiti. 100 gangs in Haiti, groups of gangs in Haiti. UN report, 1,000 people, you know what I mean, killed. No one is helping Haiti. So many things are going into Haiti, you know what I mean. And we see, not just Haiti alone, we see other Caribbean islands are actually, what is happening in other Caribbean islands. Gangs are actually taking over the place and running the place. And in all these other Caribbean islands. And I think it's time that the government of these islands sort of getting tough, you know what I mean? Which we don't know how to control it, but I'd say the Jamaican government Jamaican Prime Minister has gone to Washington to see if he can get some help. And I say, as I say, in places like Trinidad and Tobago, we see also a rise in gang violence, you know what I mean? Gang violence, like people getting kidnapped, people getting shot, guns coming in and all that sort of stuff. Now, Jamaica in Latin America has the highest rates in homicide. And there's a reason why actually there's a homicide or what you call murder. There's a reason why I actually mention this. Yeah, let's call it murder. Let's call it what it is. There's a reason why actually it's 49.4%. Also, Venezuela have 40.9%. Yes. In third place, we got Honduras, which is 38.6%. Trinidad and Tobago have 32.5%. Belize had 29%. Colombia, 28%. Way down the list, in about 10th place, we have El Salvador. Yes. El Salvador, the highest per capita in the world, are the highest per 100,000 in the world. Yeah. Now, the other thing is this, is that El Salvador was very, very top at the list at one time. Yes. And it has come down. So, what are they doing, you know what I mean, to allow it to come down? I know they've put people in prison, and I know they've got very, very tough regime. They've started a very, very tough regime. Now, I asked, can the rest of the Caribbean island pick up on this and manipulate some of these things? Because you got innocent people are getting murdered, you know what I mean? I mean, as I say, Jamaica is now the highest in the world per capita. Yeah. And so we need, it is important that governments get together and sort this out. The other thing about this as well is big corruption. I talk about corruptions again. You know what I mean? And the fact that so many things is happening, which is causing capital, I should say, which is causing problems. We need big people to sort out the corruption and all the things that is actually going on, and to help get these places a lot better. And as I say, when you see things like this is happening, it makes you wonder what is going on, what is going on, what is going on. You don't understand what is going on, and it is just it is just a terrible place. You know what I mean? When things like this happening and people get so caught up in what is going on. And I say education should be the key to help all these youths who's actually getting into gang violence and causing such a nasty thing to the world. And as I say, it's the situation is not capital, it's caperta, you know what I mean, which is actually absolutely ridiculous. And as I say, what is the answer? What is the answer? It needs sorting out. And as I say, places like the Caribbean needs to probably say, I mean, you're going to say, why shouldn't we take a lesson from El Salvador or whatever, you know what I mean? Even when in my early days, Colombia, El Salvador, and all those people, all those places, those what we call deep into Latin America, were the worst places. Now, as I say, it's been taken places like in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and all those places. We see such high murder rates. Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? And I say one other thing I always say as well is possibly, as I say, not possibly corruption, because some people is in link with the gang leaders, and the gang leaders in link with some other people. You know what I mean? So that is what is causing. And the trouble about this is that if you don't sort of start dealing with it, is that the fact that nobody going to want to come to your islands, and it just makes the people them. You know what I mean? We see what's happening in Haiti. Let me go back to Haiti. That's what it does. It wrecks the country. It wrecks the economy, and it wrecks everything. You know what I mean? And as I say, gang can't run your country. No gang can run your country. The gang can only go on for a while, but they can't run your country. So it is actually disappointing to see what is actually happening there. I mean, and we hope so. And for the thing that grieves me is like people can't go out. As I say, the man was talking about his wife, how his wife gang come into his house and rape his wife, and he was raping his wife, and he was under the bed hiding. You know what I mean? What kind of situation is that, or what kind of world we are living in? You know what I mean? So I don't know what is the answer. And as I say, we have sometimes I think we have to go back to starting over again, of getting our kids and teaching our kids the right way. Or some of the slackness that we see in the music, and some of the nasty lyrics that comes out of the music, you know what I mean? And all the rest of it. The other thing I was talking about music. Now, the other thing which I should have mentioned a long time ago, and I never mentioned this. Now, the other thing about music, I've noticed, and I'm not hitting out at this because some people's not going to like what I have to say, but it's the reality of things. Now, in American music, what we call hip hop and rock, right? What it has done in the early days, it used to actually talk about people, fight the power, do this with the power, get better, you know what I mean, that sort of song. Now we see that sort of music. All it does, it invites other people to kill each other. And the people that is inviting to kill is African American. That is what rap music actually doing. Some rap music is actually doing that. In the early days, it was singing about something else. But now it really says, look how many rappers has died in the last couple of years. Yes, some people going to say music ain't got nothing to do with it. But don't turn the other cheek. Don't turn the other cheek, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program, yeah. Now, we're gonna go to like what we did a couple of shows. As I said, we always go out and we do a couple of shows, you know what I mean? And the show we got for you coming up is like we was in Birmingham Kings here in Hound, and we actually have the clip of Big Ship Alliance. You know what I mean? And so we're gonna try and get that clip to you and show you what we actually done around here. And I said, big shout out to your Big Ship Alliance. And I know you've been actually waiting for this and wondering where it's gone. Yes, we still have it, but you know everything takes time. So we say thank you for tuning into the program. As I said, we had a wonderful afternoon in King's Heath, the Here and Hand. The Here and Hand is like a local place. You know what I mean? You can a nice local place, a nice for the different artists. And it's one of those places still in Birmingham that's been going on for years, and it is still going. Now, I gotta say, the only thing about up there is that, and I'm not discouraging you from going up there, the only thing about that is to park. They mess up the whole of the road when you need to park up there, you know what I mean? So, Birmingham Council, or whoever you are, you should sort out the roads, because what you do then, you put off people actually going there, you know what I mean? I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. So here we have Big Ship Alliance on stage.
These people suffer, life is a struggle, but they could have been grammar in this judgment time. Judgment time. So when my life is feeling low, I think about you and my face sounds slow, and that's no time. That's no time. Calling on the people, whatever. Jack calling on the people. Oh yeah, keep on calling on this people. No, you can't stop this way. No, keep on calling, keep on calling. Oh, yeah, keep on calling. I know it's keep on calling on this people. We're about to leave the stage soon, you know?
No!
The young lady who have a sing up the heart on stage. It's alright. No, we couldn't leave the stage tonight without introducing each and every member of the Big Ship Alliance Band. Do you want to know the members of Big Ship Alliance Band? Yeah? Well, you shall get to know them in time. Yeah. So right now, we're dealing in a time of prophecy. Listen. Looks like the sun, it doesn't shine for me. Lord, I'm living, but I must be free. Freedom is up my side, no matter how they voices go. Once I read these things in practice, what to say, the rain starts falling down, and it's like water, what they gonna do? They're gonna fall down to the ground, shadow wonder. When the stars start falling down, and the fire is raging, red hot, the wind be weeping out, dashing up deep, everyone will hold it. Oh, that people will hold it, people will be bonded, sinners will be holy, everyone will mourn it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't take it down, no. Now over here, on percussion and vocals, got the man, we call him brother Sticky Finger Stones. Give it up for brother Stones. Thank you, brother Stones and percussion. Now over here on guitar and rhythm lead guitar, we got brother Joel. Give it up for brother Joel. Thank you, brother Joel. No, brother Joel have a younger sibling in the band. Her name is Sister Maureen. We call her Sister Maureen Tambourine. Sister Maureen Tambourine. Sing something for the people. I'm sorry. This was done you. Don't say it. Years gone by and still words don't come easily. Like I'm sorry. Yes, Sister Maureen. What would you say? I say Robbie. We say Robbie. Yes, we say Robbie. But we will lift off the roof. Come in, brother Robbie, Levi and keyboards and vocals. Give it up for brother Robbie Levi. Some call it Spanish town, a prison overrun. Some call it Spanish town, this are the big ship rock. The people are skanking, and everyone is moving. As far as I can see, with the big ship family. Oh yeah. Thank you. Only thing we need to get. Now over here, we have a musical MD. The man who started Bashara Band with hits like Men Cry to and Shadow of Love. We have over here Brother Michael Nanta. Thank you. Come on. Check, check, check. Come on, make some noise. Make some noise. What a fabulous show. Trust me, have you enjoyed yourselves? I can't hear you. Make some noise one more time. One of Birmingham's finest bands. Big Ship Alliance.
You want one more? Give it one more.
Yeah, watch it. Just watch it. Hold on.
Yo, hold on. Please hold it. Thank you, Stones. You better take this, cause me don't know what I'm switching it off for, but I saw it go. Do you wanna hear one more? I can't hear you. I can't. Sure. One more, Stone. See your mic here.
Get thanks. You said you want one more?
Yeah. Why the violence really? No. Now ask a question. Any big celebrity singer in here? Let me hear you, man. Who that? Eh? Jacko, come up now. Come up. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, this is real. We just fight. We're gonna fight. You know, undying love, yeah? And why not violence today? Yeah. So we're just gonna vibes tonight and get it together. You can sing, sis? Come up. Do you know the song Undying Love? Alright, here we go. Why not violence? Check. Oh yeah. Just like rain that falls from the sky, my love for you will never die. Fiction, but I will die. We'll never die. Oh, damn, we'll never die. Just like the rain that falls from the sky. My love for you, it will never change. No, undying love. Undying love. Come in, sister, sing some. Come in, Brother Martin, play something for the people, Brother Martin. Just like the wind that blows, oh, never let you go. Picture will never let you go. Never let you go. No, we'll never let you go. Thank you. Asha, bless you. Wish you a good night tonight.
Don't give one more time on
Give them one more time on Robin.
Really?
Many nights I've left you standing I've left you all alone. I didn't know what I was thinking. I should have made my way back home. I know it can be easy. Night after night you cry. I'll be a better man, girl. Yeah. Oh, let me dry those weeping eyes. 'Cause maybe I didn't love you the way I know I could. My baby, I didn't say the right thing. No, the way I know I should. Come in, master. Lord, give me strength to face another day. Travel along life road, carry this heavy load. Give me strength, oh God, to carry on. Oh my Lord. Thank you and good night and God bless you all. Oh, that's so nice. This is the Big Ship Alliance band. That's so nice. Thank you again, Hair and Hounds. It's been a pleasure tonight. Have a safe journey home. Peace. Jah Rastafari. Selassie the first. Blessed love.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you doing? I'm Carl from Breakthrough TV. I am at the famous club in Birmingham, the Here and Hound. And the wonderful band has just stepped off stage, Big Ship Alliance. They've been absolutely marvelous. Got a couple of the members here I would like to have a little chat with you. Tell me your name, sir.
My name is Joel.
And Joel, you play guitar?
Yeah, I play guitar, man.
And how was it for you? Just come on stage.
Oh, man, it's beautiful, man.
Yes?
Absolutely wonderful.
How was the vibes?
The vibes was great.
Yeah, and the
Great
crowd?
vibes.
How did you find the crowd?
The crowd, excellent.
Yes.
The crowd was excellent.
Okay.
And a fantastic turnout.
I know you're in a hurry, you gotta go, so
Yeah.
let me say thank you. And your name is?
Ebony.
Your bass player.
Yeah.
Yes, I love your bass playing.
Thank you.
Wonderful, absolutely marvelous. How was it for you?
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And how long have you been playing the bass?
About 10 years on and off.
10 years.
But I've only just got back into it about in the last 3 years.
Yeah. And how do you
So,
find it?
Yes, there's always something to learn.
Yeah.
Always something
Yeah,
to
of
learn.
course.
But I love it. I love it.
Any gigs coming up? Any more shows coming up?
Keep an eye out on our fan page.
Your fan page.
And you will
Yeah.
see, yeah.
And where can we find that?
Big Ship Alliance. No, it isn't. It's Facebook.
Your Facebook?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got a Facebook fan page. And we've also got a website,
Yeah.
www.bigshipalliance.com.
Marvelous. Thank you for talking to us. Yeah?
You're welcome.
I know you're in a hurry, so we got to do this. Maureen, how you doing?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Maureen Watson.
We meet again.
we meet again. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. It was the first time I actually saw you sing.
I know.
And how is it been?
Oh, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I could see all that stuff going on. And I love the trousers.
You can't have them now. You can't have them.
I don't want them. And you look forward to the show.
I looked forward to the show. I was buzzing.
Yeah.
I even took the day off work, so I thought I wanted to really make sure I was well and truly prepared.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed every minute.
And you find it good up there.
I love it, I love it. And just to see people really enjoying themselves,
it was
especially after
buzzing.
COVID,
Yeah.
people are getting out and having fun, and that was just great.
Marvellous.
Absolutely brilliant.
Maureen, let me say thank you very much.
Thank you,
for doing
Carl.
something.
Thanks, Carl.
Now, Asha. Asha is dashing all this. As you can see, we're in the changing room, the dressing room of these wonderful guys and wonderful stars. You know what I mean? So Asha is messing with his drinks. So Asha, I must say the band sounds so. What we say back in the day, I don't know if this is use those terms. The band sounds so very, very tight.
Give thanks, Take a lot of hard work and a lot of rehearsal and, determination to make things work positive,
Yeah.
Plus, we're doing this and we want to also, you know, make the man himself feel proud of us.
Yeah.
You know, doing his songs and paying tribute to a living legend.
Yes, yes.
You understand?
Because you are a Freddie McGregor tribute band, aren't you?
Yes, we are a Freddie McGregor tribute band, you know. And we also play other songs as well. We also have our own repertoire of songs as well, you know. But the main thing is that, as I said, we're paying tribute to a living legend, Mr. Freddie McGregor himself, you know.
Marvelous.
And give thanks in June, July time, we also met him as well, you know. And give thanks, he endorsed the Big Ship Alliance and says, you know, keep up the good work. So that's what we are doing. We're spreading reggae music, you know.
Maximum respect.
Yeah.
How long the band's been going?
The band not been going too long, you know, tell the truth. It's only about 3 years now. Right? First year we started, lockdown come down for me.
Yeah, because I remember talking to you some time ago when the lockdown.
Yes.
Remember I interviewed you some time ago when the lockdown was. I think it was just after the lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown come down on us, you know. But we never make that hinder us. We went in the studio, we do some work, you know, release some songs and so, and that was helpful because the people then got to see Big Ship Alliance, you know, without even playing a show until we came out back.
How many members is in the band? Because there's quite a few of you, isn't there?
Yeah.
About 8 or 9? So about 8?
Well, 9 in total, including our engineer.
Okay.
A great daughter named Rochelle, you know? Yeah. But 8 of us on stage and the engineer daughter, Rochelle, you know what I mean? So,
marvelous.
Yeah, completion, you know?
Yeah, let me say thank you. As I say, the band sounds very, very tight today, you know what I mean? And you know, this is a very iconic place for groups to play, you know what I mean? It's been going quite some time. I haven't played here for years myself, but it's in my early days I actually was playing here many. I did quite a few many shows here. It's the famous place. Now, Stones, I do know your name. Because we talked before. How are you?
I'm blessed, man. I'm good.
I see you jumping up and down all the
Wow, you know
stairs,
what? Just about making it nowadays. I'm getting on now.
Yeah, but when it comes to music, you're never getting on because music still keeps you young.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how was it for you?
Yeah, man, it's a wonderful experience, and I normally go out on my own and do my own little thing, but it's nice to have the live band because you know you get the energy from the crowd and from the band members, so it's a totally different experience, you know. And I love it.
Yeah. When you say you go out and do other things, you do other projects?
No, well, I got my own little things going on, which I've been doing for a while. But you know, obviously, I'm with the band now, and I work with the band as well as I do my own little things. You know, release a couple of tunes and you know do weddings and all the rest of it. I'm not here to plug myself though, really. But you know.
I understand that. Any shows coming out?
For whom?
Sorry, any tunes coming out?
Not as yet. I did release Born Free.
Born Free. I think I spotted that.
Yeah,
how's that going?
Well, it went to number 2.
Is that in the reggae charts?
Stevie J's reggae charts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, it's not bad for a first release.
No.
You know, so I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Give thanks. You know.
Marvelous. I know you're in a hurry, so let me say thank you and look after yourself.
Give thanks, brother, man.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, thanks. There you have it, guys. Breakthrough TV right here on hand in King's Heath. I was hoping to chat to a few more members, but I think they're actually sort of packing up, you know what I mean? Because that's how it goes sometimes, you know. We're hoping somebody else will pop in and have a chat to us. As I say, we're at the changing room talking to Big Ship Alliance, who just come off stage doing a marvelous, exceptionally show, an exceptionally good, well show. You know, we say massive respect to them for actually chatting to us. And don't forget, you can go and see this online whenever you settle down. Yeah, hoping that another member of the band will pop in. If not, we probably will have to say goodbye or we say good night. Yeah. As I say, it's been a wonderful day actually, right here in King's Heath, because we've been up here for quite some time, and it was a nice place. And I say, the Here on Hand is actually very, very good. People like Ruby Turner started here, you know what I mean? A whole lot of bands started here over the years, and so it's good to see it's still going. And let me say, Big Ship Alliance, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great time. Bless.
Right there, Big Ship Alliance, let me say thank you. And as I say, we do this because we support talent all over the world. Yeah. Get in touch with us if you want me to come and check us out. Anyway, you can see the full clip of Big Ship Alliance. The video, our next video of whole, totally Big Ship Alliance will be uploaded. So check it out. Have a great afternoon. My time is here. I want to say thanks to my producer. He's worked very well this afternoon again. God bless. Thank you all for tuning into the program. My time is here. God bless you. I'm out.
on Your Mind is sponsored by ACMC 339 Dudley Road, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, Breakthrough Studios, and Reggae Jam Jam.
Planning an event? Do it professionally. Please contact Breakthrough Event Management Team and get everything under one roof for both indoor and outdoor occasions, birthday parties, bridal and baby showers, anniversaries, funerals, backyard BBQs and more. We offer a video and photography service, marquees, decoration and a PA system to hire, with popular New Style Radio DJs spinning old and new school hits. Please contact 07584 197 380 and book all your catering needs with Reggae Jam Jam catering service on 0787 244 3765. And remember, do it good and done.